Hey guys, it's Andrew from the Checkered Flag Crew, and we're here with Erik Jones. You're back in your home state of Michigan to race in your first NASCAR race. What is it like coming back here to race?
Well, it's just exciting to race at a new track anytime you get to go to one, but especially it being Michigan and being back home, and I'm only about an hour and a half from where I grew up, so just nice to be this close to home and all the friends and family that get to come out and enjoy it. You know, they can't come to a lot of races with how far away they are, so it's just nice that that support's out here and all here watching.
You recently went to your old quarter midget track. What is it like going back there, knowing all you've accomplished since?
Well, it's always fun to go back and see all the young racers and see, and think it wasn't that long ago that I was there racing, and it's just cool to see them all out there and really see, I guess, how little it's changed in that time. It's still the same track and just different faces, different people there. So it was fun to see them all and watch them racing, and it's just nice when you can go back and see that and even see a few faces that you knew.
If you were to go back to your young self racing quarter midgets and tell him about all your accomplishments, how do you think he'd react?
Well, I don't know. I don't know if I'd want to tell myself at that age. I think he'd be fairly overwhelmed. I think I always thought that I'd get a shot at some point, but never really thought that I'd get such a shot with such a great team and at such a young age. So it was just been interesting and an interesting ride, but I'm sure at 7 or 8 years old I would have been pretty pumped up had I known.
Who got you interested in racing?
I think really my parents, were always race fans, and my grandparents as well were race fans, so I just always liked cars and had a general interest in cars and racing, and from there it kind of expanded into quarter midgets and getting started in that and going racing.
Who'd you look up to when you were working your way through the ranks?
For me, it was always Jeff Gordon. I looked up to him from a pretty young age, reading his biography actually at like 7 or 8 years old, and kind of tried to follow some of his career path, and always thought that he did it the right way. And it's sad to see him retiring really at this point, but I always looked up to him, and it's pretty cool that I've had the chance to race against him.
Do you still look up to him today?
I do, yeah. I've got to meet him now and had the chance to race with him, and that's a pretty cool opportunity and a pretty cool experience. So it's been fun to get to this level before he is retired and when he is still here. So it's been a lot of fun.
You recently announced with Gibbs Racing that you're going to go full-time Xfinity next year and some Cup races. How exciting is that?
Well, it's fun. I think that's the next step in any young driver's career is going full-time in the Xfinity Series, and definitely excited for next year. I hope I know more information soon, but it's been a fun ride so far, and this year running as many Xfinity races as we have along with the Truck Series schedule. But it's just fun to be with a team like Gibbs Racing and have these opportunities and know that there's a plan in place.
You've proven that you can run well in the Cup Series. Ran most of the day at Kansas in the top 5. Did you seek out any advice before the race?
I did before that race. I talked a lot to Kyle. I talked a lot to the other JGR teammates that day, Denny and Carl and Matt, just kind of about not only Kansas but Cup racing in general, and as well as Adam Stevens, the crew chief on the 18, and just kind of trying to get an idea of what was different between the Cup Series and everybody else, and figuring out some of the different tendencies of these races and how to approach them.
How much of a help was that for your race?
Well, it was big for me. Obviously, nothing beats experience and seeing it for yourself, but anytime you have that preconceived sense of what's going to happen, I think it helps out, and you can prepare yourself a little better. So the biggest thing were restarts for me, and just being more aggressive as those guys were, and pit stops as well, how aggressive they are, getting in and out of the pit box, and that was just kind of an adjustment thing for me to get used to.
What would you say has been the biggest victory of your career?
For me, I think Texas was this year in the Xfinity Series. That that one meant a lot to me. Just being able to go out and race with the Cup guys and beat the Cup guys for our first Xfinity win, as well as the Chicago and Iowa double this year was pretty cool. So there's been a pretty cool couple of wins this year that I've really enjoyed, and it's just been fun to be racing as much as I have and had these opportunities to go out and win races like we have this year.
All right, we're going to do a segment we like to call the Horsepower Speed Round, and as part of this segment, we're going to fire off a bunch of questions, and you have to answer the first thing that comes to your mind.
All right.
Okay, so if you were to pick any NASCAR driver to be your spotter, who would it be?
My spotter? Man, who has the calmest voice? Probably Jimmy Johnson. He's got a very monotone demeanor that would probably work out well.
If you were to pick any person in the world to ride shotgun with you, who would it be and why?
Shot, how long are they riding with me?
Whole race.
The whole race? Oh man, somebody light. Do Morgan Freeman.
Okay. Why? Do you know?
Just because it's kind of funny that Morgan Freeman would be riding in a race car.
He can sort of talk to you in his deep voice during the whole.
Yeah, he'd keep me calm as well.
Yeah. Where is your favorite place to go on vacation?
I'd have to say I went to, golly, what was the name of the Virgin Islands once, and that was pretty nice.
And finally, what is your least favorite food?
Least favorite? Anchovies.
Anchovies.
Yeah, terrible.
All right, thank you, Eric, for taking the time. For more videos from the Checkered Flag Crew, make sure to follow us on all social media and check out checkeredflagcrew.com.